Yo, what's up? This is Splendid on Pharcyde TV with my co-host Jeremy Scipio
What's going on, people?
and a cat that I call my homeboy, man, Slink Johnson.
Hey, what's happening? Splendid Radio. What's up, everybody? Jeremy Sip. What's happening?
What's
Oh man,
going on?
Oh, you
yeah.
know, another one like the other one, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm glad to be here
So,
right now. You nigga almost dozed off this time change. I was saying off camera. This time change really got me discombobulated, but hey, man, I'm glad I'm up. I'm glad I'm here.
you
Nah.
snapping the character fast, man.
Hey man,
He picked it up. I like that.
hey you talking to lights, camera, action, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all he
Professional.
needs. That's
Yeah,
all he
man.
needs. Yeah, nah, Slink. So a quick little little bring you guys up to speed. So if anybody know me personally, man, if I'd have to be addicted to a drug, it's the hustle. And I'm an addict. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, that's what I do when I wake up in the morning to the time I go to sleep. And so I don't get caught up too much in trivial things, but there was this TV show and it was called Black Jesus. And it was the one thing that would literally make me leave the office. Leave the office to make sure that I would watch it. But my hustle was so tough. At that point, it was coming on at one point it was coming on at like midnight. So I was working, working late and just whatever. And I was like, man, they're gonna be home for Black Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I was working one day and Brown came into the office and he was like, oh man, I saw your dude. And I was like, who? And he's like, oh man, I saw Slink. He was cool. He was hella cool. He was I saw him at the gas station. Yeah, that's what it was. And so then Brown said he had talked to him and he was real cool. So I was like, damn. So then I happened to be at the Inglewood AAA over there off of
Oh,
Senate.
Sinella.
Sentinel, okay.
Yeah.
And I was in there and Slink walked in and he looked and saw how crowded it was and he walked back out and I was like, damn. And I'm so funny. I'm looking at fools like, y'all don't know who that just was? Y'all don't know who that was. I was like, that was Black Jesus. Nigga, I straight got up, left my little spot, and went out and chopped it up with him in the parking lot. And you know what? I didn't even get his number or nothing like that. So long story short, ended up thinking of him to do a hosting for Pharcyde Fest, something that a concert that I co-produced, and I was going back and forth with Slink via, I don't know if it was Instagram or Twitter, but the funny part about it was it didn't dawn on me until like 3 days before the show that, man, you ain't even talked to this dude on the phone. You ain't did nothing. You over here just communicating with somebody via social media.
I don't know who the hell is
And you
this.
might not even have the real Slink Johnson. And I was like, oh shit. So Brown had hit me and he was like, dude, get him to do a drop. And that's like kind of when it hit me. I was like, damn, I gotta ask him to do a drop. I was like, dang, I ain't talked to him. I ain't had his phone number. I ain't had nothing. We just going back and forth. So I hit him up and he knocked the drop out in like 5 minutes. I put it so I ordered I went to my little pizza spot by the house. I had ordered a pizza, and before the pizza was ready, he had it shot and clipped up with the Black Jesus painting in the background, the whole nine. So I was like, woo, we didn't advertise it and everything. That would be horrible if this wasn't the real Slink Johnson. So fast forward up to present, he's become one of my homeboys, man. I don't know fanboy thing, no, nothing like that, but just straight up somebody that I can reach out to on an inspiration level. You know what I'm saying? People know him as the Black Jesus, the comedian Slink Johnson and Lamar, but he's a cat that's very passionate about like whatever is in front of him. So like regardless, so we will he's the weed head smoker, all that. But when it come to business, he's lights, camera, and action. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Jeremy was like, dang. Slink was like, oh man, I was ready to be knocked out. The moment I get a little intro, he popped the light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was on my way out, man.
I know how it be, man.
Man.
I was on my way out. I'm trying to find.
Oh no, go ahead.
Trying to choose my virtual background. I want to be on the mothership too. How I get that?
That's everybody say that. That's funny.
That's your own personal mothership. I got to make my own mothership.
You got your mothership, man.
How do I do it on?
You could if you got to go to let me see how you go to this more. You ain't gonna have time. Let me see.
No, I ain't gonna have time.
Yeah. This it done got dang. They got more stuff on here than they used to. Yeah. We got you for the next one.
Yeah, shoot. Hey, man, I'm simple. I just went to Google Images, man, and just looked up. Oh, okay. Slink ain't no joke.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he figured something out.
Oh no, that's a great segue because I'm really behind when it comes to all this new technology, but Slink been going crazy with the with the new technology going on, making a flyer every day for his events and all that kind of stuff.
Making several of them. I've always enjoyed technology, man. I've always enjoyed it from day one. I like to consider myself a jack of all trades, a master of none, but a jack of all trades beats a master of one. So I kind of touch a little bit of everything, man. Just kind of, I'm good at I'm good at a lot of shit. Nah, I'm not the best at none of it, but I'm good at a lot of shit. So electronics is one of them things. I like that shit. So it interests me. So whenever I'm interested, I'm always gonna go a little bit further.
No, dope. So to bring people up to speed, what city you from?
Oh man, that's a good one. I was born in Arkansas. I was born in a small town called Dumas, Arkansas, but I was raised in Inglewood and South Central LA. I went to school in South Central. I went to school in Inglewood and was raised in South Central. And, LA nigga.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I nothing about you screams Arkansas.
No, I left there when I was 10 years old. So, I got my game here. I was born there and bred here, got my game here, whatever, And but I still hold it near to my heart because my dad still lives there. I still got memories. Like I ain't one of them dudes that came and I can't remember nothing. I got a lot of friends and cousins and classmates I remember. So that's a good thing. I kind of hold on to that. But yeah, I don't. It's weird, except because I had one of them. I've always had that kind of feeling like I don't fit nowhere. You know what I mean? I hold it close, but I hold it close, but it's no longer like home for me. And LA is, I came when I was 10, which is good, but it's weird. I kind of, journeyman, nigga. I'm a journeyman, man.
Yeah. I can relate, but yeah, just that I ain't gonna lie. That's one of them trivia questions. It's like, yo, where's Black Jesus from? Arkansas.
Yeah, a little small little town about the size of this computer I'm on right
now. When did you get the nickname Slink and how?
In high school, man. In high school, tall and slinky. Running with a group of young individuals who wanted to partake in all of the mischief without necessarily taking part of the politics, if you know what I mean. So
very, very well put.
I was a juvenile. I was a delinquent, Sip. I was a delinquent, man. You know what I mean? I should have been playing ball. You know, I've always been kind of tall. With basketball ain't never been my thing, man. I like robbing niggas. You know what I'm saying?
At least you're honest.
Yeah, but you know,
how long were you doing that?
Probably about in reality, man. You know, probably a couple of years. You know, my 14, 15. I'm 14, 15. I might have started. They went to jail when he was 17. I went to YA at 17. That kind of ended that career. However, you know, after that time in YA, I had a few other situations I probably shouldn't have been involved in. The statute of limitations, I'm not sure of, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did it for a little while. Young nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Young nigga shit. You know that damn statute of limitations.
Hey.
man, especially in today's age, that's some serious. But
man, look here.
Yeah, I had a little juvenile. I had a juvenile record.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, coming out of areas like we did, man, it wasn't hard to do. So, you know, hey, man, we take it and learn from it and move on. And that's what I think I did with my life. You know, I'm by no means perfect, but I got singed enough by the fire. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know that shit hot. I'm trying to stay away from it. You know, just thankful enough that I didn't get totally engulfed in flames. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely got sins that was enough for me. I know, you know, that fire hot, man. Y'all can have that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. So tell me this. As far as music, do you think any other genre of music has had the relationship that hip hop has had with comedy?
Probably, yeah, I would say probably blues. Probably blues, probably soul. You gotta say, hell yeah, you know, you gotta look at documentaries like Watch Stacks. Richard Pryor, did he host Watch Stacks? I mean, you know, comedians and musicians have been hand in hand since the beginning of time, or at least since the beginning of the time in which entertainment was an actual thing. You know, again, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, they hung with all the cold players, you know, before hip hop as we know it. So I think that definitely other genres have, you know, held a very, you know, I think black music, period, holds a very, very close bond, a very close relationship with comedy. You know what I mean? Because they both coming from, a lot of times, they both coming from a place of pain, a place of hurt. Like a lot of this comedy coming from places of hurt. A lot of this shit that be funny as fuck be some dark shit, Jeremy. You know what I'm saying? There be some dark shit, some real introspective ideology, man. That's, you know, some real dark shit. And then, like, you know, a lot of this music nowadays, you know, music is an expression of feelings, but you know, a lot of it nowadays is bad feelings, and you know, but yeah, man, that shit they go hand in hand, man. Pain.
You know,
you just put me on.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying you just put me on the Watch Stacks. I'm not familiar with that, but I see Richard Pryor was the host of it. That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, no, he was at the Coliseum.
That's like his I guess for a more modern take of like Dave Chappelle's Block Party.
Oh, way bigger than that, man.
Yeah, it was way bigger than that, but kind of like the type of vibe, I would say, maybe, you know. You're absolutely right thinking that.
Yeah, see, Jeremy, since you new to California, or not new, but since you came later on, the Coliseum used to be that was the Staples Center, that was the Forum. The SoFi, that was everything. You know what
Coliseum was the business, man. I went to go see West Side Connection at the Coliseum, man, at the height of they, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I was high off turn. That was a crazy ass night, man.
I believe you. Yeah, I definitely believe.
I was saying, I'm not sure when we first met Slink, but I do remember one of the first times I met you. I think one of the first things you asked me was if you had any weed, and I was like, nah. And you was like, all right. And then you went up to somebody else like, hey, you got some weed? So like, then you went up to two more people. Like that's like,
Hey, you
that's
know
like
what
our
though,
first
Tip?
conversation.
That's just me, man. That's just that cold ass icebreaker. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of,
Oh, it's
that's like
hilarious.
the coldest icebreaker ever. You don't know a nigga mad or the nigga gonna just, hey, what's up, dog? You got some weed? If you'd have had some,
Yeah.
I'd have
I
smoked
think it
it
was like
too,
a group
though.
of it was a group of people. And I think you just walked straight up to me like, you got some weed? I was like, nah. He's like, oh, hey, you got some weed? Like, but but then you started doing your branding, and then the branding was Smoke Yours. I wanted to know what was the origin of Smoke Yours? Like, when did you first come into that? Is it was it the brand, and then you started like living that life, or just what
Nah,
is
it
it?
was the lifestyle came first, man. I think Smoke Yours at first, probably like '08, '09. The words were put together. I put the words together, and I didn't know. Again, that was just something I used to say to, a certain circle of friends of mine. We call each other like, "What's up, man? Smoke good with your boy." Smoke. It started with SGWYB.
Okay.
Smoke good with your boy. Smoke good with your boy. Oh, let's smoke good. Smoke good. And it kind of eventually morphed into Smoke Yours. However,
Mhm.
it wasn't necessarily a brand at that time. That was just a word, something I said, you know what I'm saying? It kind of, but once I started hanging out with D. Lure James a lot, we kind of took it and it bounced
Mhm.
back. We made it something. You know what I mean? It was just a word. It was just a
Mhm.
phrase. But once D. Lure and I got together, that phrase actually became something like, it was like, that was, that was our glue, you know what I'm saying? I called that nigga in the morning, like, nigga, I ain't got a weed, nigga, smoke yours. You know what I'm saying? We gonna smoke yours. So we go out, we was broke, man,
Uh-huh.
getting up in the morning, trying to hook up and then go find out where we gonna smoke at, who we gonna smoke. And it was usually my boy Trey Lucas, man. Shout out to Trey Lucas, man. If you watching this, man, I'll be over there smoke your shit again soon, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Nah, dope. It's a trip. I was thinking, and you know what? The Cartoon Network wasn't who introduced me to you. I gotta give it up. The Shea Dukes, uh, a cat that I met had turned me on to your YouTube. And really who he turned me on to, he turned me on to Tube Steak. And man,
Mhm.
the dope part about that is that the stuff that you guys were doing with YouTube during the Tube Steak days, you guys were truly the forerunner to all this IG stuff and these comedians. And I mean, I ain't gonna throw you and just put you out there like that or whatever. But a lot of this sketch comedy and stuff that these guys are doing now on IG and Facebook, you guys were doing that on YouTube. I'm not gonna say YouTube was new, but it wasn't it was YouTube before Leo Cohen and before the music industry just kind of like really injected itself into it. This was just
Mhm.
this was before IG. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and I'm glad you said that, man, because yeah, man, sometimes I be feeling like the game had passed me by when really, you know, man, that shit was way ahead of its time, man. Like when I was doing those sketches, the tube stakes and the Everest College and things of that nature. I wasn't a YouTube guy. I wasn't, again, I've always loved technology, but I wasn't always at the beginning of it. So I wasn't hip to YouTube, and I just knew I was having fun with my friends and shooting sketches and doing shit. And I got a kick out of watching them once they got cut or whatever. I didn't know
Mhm.
that what it would become. But I'm definitely honored and humbled, man, just to be part of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to be somebody. a dinosaur of the digital age. You know what I mean?
Dude, I feel like if Aaron Magruder would have had the tools of Instagram, I don't know who could have messed with him, man. With what he had at the time. You know what I'm saying? He was, you got to think of it. He was limited with what he had to do what he was doing. He was utilizing YouTube, or I won't say Aaron Magruder necessarily. Who was Tube Steak?
Carl Jones.
Carl Jones. He was a mastermind. He was truly a mastermind. And one of the genius things about it was how he used reverse marketing. like it was a mind fuck. It was truly a mind fuck. Like the one. So my boy Dukes that I was telling you about that turned me on to you guys. The one where you guys was in front of Barnes and Nobles, and you got, and I want to say somebody might have gave the book a golden shower, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might have gave the book a golden shower. And I was because my boy Dukes had told me to watch it. And then I went back to Dukes and I was like, oh man, are they trying to start beef? Are they trying to do it? And Dukes like, nah, man, they getting you to buy it. And then I went and I looked at it again. And I was like, that's genius. They really get you to think that they hating on it, but they actually promoting it. And that was just so mind-blowing to me that you guys, it was the same way that I'll say like Jeremy's an intelligent comic. Like you got to kind of think into his comedy a little bit. Like you might not, if he's saying stuff, it's something that, okay, if you don't laugh immediately, you'll be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You're like, damn. That's how I felt about that Barnes and Nobles clip. I was like, dang, they really got me.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to do, man. Aaron's a genius. Carl's a genius, man. Brian Ash over there, definitely another genius person, man. And it was dope, man. Aaron knows how to talk to pop culture, and it's just it's just so amazing, man. Just Tuesday said, I'm going to buy all your books. I'm going to buy all your books, nigga, and shit on them. Like, come on, man. You could go buy all the books, bro. So, that's dope, man. And I think that, Aaron has always made what I like to call intelligent nigga comedy, veiled in ignorance. You know what I'm saying? You're going to look at it first time like, look at these stupid ass niggas, but you listen to it and watch it and understand the little subtle nuances that's going on in the project. You be like, wow, this shit is genius. So why didn't I think of it? You know what I mean? So I'm definitely blessed and humbled, man, to be able to work with such great talents, man, such great writers and producers and creators, between Aaron, Carl, and Brian. You know what I mean? Amazing stuff, man.
No.
Real quick, I wanted to ask you, King Henry's or Stars?
Stars, nigga. Stars. I've been to King Henry once, nigga, and there was a condom in the urinal. I was like, oh, hell nah. You know what I'm talking? Let me get the fuck about in the urinal, my nigga. You couldn't have put it in the trash can in the urinal, though, man. I mean, hey, look here, man. I love my environment. I love where I come from. I love my people. I love the ghetto, man. But sometimes some shit is too much, man. God damn, not in the urinal, my nigga. just a used ass scrap laying in the urinal, like God damn. But Stars all day, man. Stars had the better entertainment. You know what I'm saying? The better chicken. Better entertainment, better chicken, man. King Harry, you probably more probable to run into your homeboy baby mama and King Henry. So, but it's a trip they took King Henry, First King, Stars, and Barbary Coast, man. Gardenia used to be like Booty City in that regard, man. But I wonder why they took it all away, man.
Hey, it was too
Oh,
much. It
Stars
was too
gone?
much.
Stars is
Stars
gone.
gone?
Stars is gone.
Yo,
It's gone.
when did they get rid of Stars?
It's gone.
Yo, that must have been like a pandemic thing. That's
I can't
crazy.
quite point. I can't quite point to when it was gone. I'll be honest with you, because I've never been a strip club lover. I've been to strip clubs. I enjoy seeing things in the strip club. Don't get me wrong. However, after I throw my little $26, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
$26.
After I throw my little $26, I'm done, bro. I'm excited, and my $26 ain't doing nothing for me. So guess what? I'm not going there no more. I'd rather take my $26 to the weed man. Well, I'm gonna get something real, because you get a hard dick for free, man. I can look at my phone, what I'm saying, and watch some smut, what I'm saying, for free, man. But again, no disrespect to the strip club people, the girls, the people who make their money doing that. More power to you, much respect. Get your money. It just probably won't be for $26 a month.
Oh, that's a good one.
So look,
Yeah,
you see my
that question came
background?
from the chat, by the way.
You see my background?
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
I'm in a different part of the spaceship. See, we all on the same ship. I'm just in a different part.
Yeah, I was kind of jealous. I was like, damn, he got the earth in the background.
Yeah, yeah. Out of here, nigga. Yeah, man. What the chat at? Well, I want to see the chat. What they saying? What's up, chat? Ask me anything,
Yeah,
chat.
it's all. Uh-oh.
I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have
Yeah,
said that.
but yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's coming in. I got it's coming slowly, but every now and then. Oh, actually, what's this question?
Oh, okay.
They said why Aaron hated the white dude up at Boondocks. But I don't know. Would you know that?
Why? What white dude? I don't know nothing about Aaron. Hey, nobody. So I don't know what you're talking about. But that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
support, though, pimp.
Hey man, we ain't got nothing but good words for Aaron right about here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Aaron changed my life, man. I just wish I haven't heard from him in a few years. Yeah, last time I talked to Aaron was actually at John Witherspoon's homegoing celebration. And that was the last time I talked to him. But again, I always want to wish Aaron well. A lot of love, man. That brother changed my life. And if you ever see this brother, thank you, man. Appreciate you, man.
The crazy thing is that he took the character Black Jesus and he really set you up not to fail. It would have been hard for you to fail, man. And it's a trip, because I was thinking about it last weekend. I said, damn, Slink had Charlie Murphy and John Witherspoon supporting him. It's like what more? It's like that was a lot, man. That was really a lot. Did you ever catch yourself on set saying to yourself, I'm really next to greatness. I am really surrounded with greatness right now.
All the time. All the time, man. I mean, again, these are guys, I haven't been in the business forever. So, meeting these guys was new to me, and it was a dope thing. I mean, I was a fan of all the things that John Witherspoon had done, that, what I'm saying, that we grew up watching and loving. God damn it, Charlie Murphy and the Chappelle Show, and becoming a fan of him, because, I ain't gonna lie up front. People like, oh, I've been checking for Charlie forever. A lot of motherfuckers started checking for Charlie and the Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show put him out there, and then you start seeing this other shit, started paying attention, like, oh, he was a Harlem Night. Oh, that was him, MC Gusto on CB4. You know what I'm saying? Then you start really, that Chappelle Show really brought light to Charlie, and you really started seeing how great he was. And I say that to say that, hell yeah, I was more than giddy. You know what I'm saying? Just, man, I'm still coming from a fan perspective. It's like you're a fan and you get to go to work with your favorite, or one of the, the dopest people in your field, and you still a fan. You know what I'm saying? So it was amazing to me, man. And thank you to Aaron for throwing me that ball, because I do understand how monumental that whole play was, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite hip hop movie?
My favorite hip hop movie probably got to be Breaking.
Okay.
Turbo
Yeah,
was
that's a good one.
hard. You know what I'm saying? Was that Turbo or Ozone with the broom? That was Ozone with the broom. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I couldn't
Oh
dance for shit.
man.
I couldn't dance for shit, but you know.
Hey, hip hop was so powerful, it made everybody want to do something though. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hip hop is such a beautiful thing because hip hop is such a large source of commerce, period. It's so much. So many people are eating off hip hop in so many ways. So thank God for hip hop, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Tell me this. When you did you okay, so I know that was it Carl, the one that created Black Jesus, or was it Aaron Magruder?
Ah,
Combination?
I want to say, you know, again, I love both of them dudes. I don't know the specifics. I just tell you how it came to me.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron asked me.
Okay.
Aaron asked me when we were doing the sketches around the time we did the sketch for the All the Rage sketch, you know, the Barnades and Nobles, that was for his
Mm-hmm.
book All the Rage. You know, I think, you know, the way I like to tell it is, you know, I had just met Aaron, you know what I'm saying, shortly before we did that sketch. You know, he a friend of mine was writing for him, you know, on his writing team, and Aaron wanted to shoot a video to promote his book, All the Rage. And in this video, he wanted a bunch of, you know, niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
and, and you know, with Carl and another few more other good people, man. Shit, I was included. We went out there and we ripped the shit out there sketch. It was funny. And I guess we did a couple more in the air kind of. I think this was an idea that had been floating around the camp, Yoli Lane, for a minute. And I'm not quite sure who came up with it, but Aaron approached
Mm-hmm.
me with it. Later on, I heard Carl mention that Aaron originally had the idea for Charlie to play Jesus. Now I don't quite remember, you know, what he said, why it didn't happen. And I'm not really concerned. I'm just thankful that, you know, it
Hey.
fell on me and the fact that Charlie was still involved. The fact that he was involved was super dope, man. So, you know.
Yeah, Charlie was the Mr. Furley, uh, you know, Mr. Furley of our generation with a level of hate in him. The level of hate that Charlie brought to that character. I mean, it embodied so much, man. It truly embodied so much, man. And I loved it to death, you know.
I think the hate, Vic's hate for Jesus on the show was actually misguided love and admiration. You know what I'm saying? It's like they say, don't meet your heroes. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying? He probably, because I know Big believe in Jesus, man. He probably like, this nigga, you ain't him. You know what I'm saying? You can't meet your, sometimes it ain't cool to meet your heroes. You find out your heroes is human too. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think, you know, Big really loved Jesus, man. I'm going to stand on that. I stand on
man, we need a movie, man. We need that ending, that perspective you just gave. We need that to add some color to the whole situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. Damn, yeah. Big love, Jesus. And I'm glad that in season 3, you know, Jesus said that, yeah, he had talked to Vic. You know what I'm saying? He was familiar, you know, he had seen Vic in heaven, and that was a dope thing, man.
So
Yeah, actually somebody in chat asked, will there be any more Black Jesus skits?
Oh, only time will tell. You know, that's not something that I just do or just all the time. Like people ask me all the time, why you don't do more of Jesus? Why you don't do more of Jesus? Well, honest to God, I just don't want to bastardize it. You know, I don't want to just you know, you cheapen. You ain't see the real Jesus, is you? You cheapening his value, man. Just being everywhere and doing everything. So you know, now when Aaron Magruder or Adult Swim or whoever is involved calls me and say, "Hey, let's do some dope shit," I'm down. I just don't want to do anything with him because I still like to stay true to the aesthetic of the show, to the feeling and the vibe of the show. So many people love the character and want to have so many ideas for him. And some of them are great ideas. I never hate on anybody else's ideas. However, for me, I just he has to always stay in the vein of the show. Like I have people ask me, nigga, you should get Jesus, and we come down here, we do this, and we do that, we do crazy shit. No, Jesus, no. That's not what we were doing in the show, and that's not the type of vibe I want to, you know, bring to that character, man. Because it was again, I use the words humbled and honored quite often. And bro, I got an opportunity to play on one of the biggest stages in the world, one of the most revered figures in human history. You know what I mean? And that's definitely an honor and a privilege, and you know, to be able to do, and especially with so many people loving and appreciating. And I don't want to fuck that off just because you want to see
it. Dope.
Let's see. What can you tell us about
I want to tell you, Matt.
role?
I want to tell you, Matt Longino, nigga, you've been talking all that shit. You didn't show up, nigga. Where you was at, Matt? Where you was at, Matt? Where you was at, Matt?
I see the chat.
I see him in the chat. Where you was at, Matt? No, what you were gonna say, Sil?
Tell us about the role of Lamar Davis, how you got it, and you know what it means to you.
Oh, it mean everything, man. Like honestly, you know, shit, it's probably the biggest role of my career so far, man. And you know, being able to play that character, man, and that came through my relationship with Aaron Magruder. Aaron Magruder was tight with DJ Pooh, and you know, DJ Pooh and I became acquainted through me and Aaron knowing each other. Now, of course, I knew who Pooh was. Pooh might have heard of me. I don't think he really knew who I was. He probably heard my name mentioned or something before. I don't know. But whatever the case, we became acquainted through you know, our mutual connection to Aaron Magruder. And Pooh being deeply involved in the creative process over there at Rockstar, he called me and asked me to come read for the part. You know, he asked me to come read for a part. He didn't tell me what it was, but he asked me to come read. He got a project. He wanted me to come read a part, and I read it. And you know, it wasn't hard to know. It wasn't hard to figure out what it was, but we just couldn't talk about it. Shit, I went and read for the part, man. And shit, the rest is history, man. And I'm so thankful, man. Was it how many 10 million copies later? I don't know how many, you know what I'm saying, but it was hell of a
definitely the highest selling video game of all time. That's the highest selling video game of all time. And your voice is one of the first voices that come on.
Right. So, you know, definitely you know, man, I've been privy to some amazing shit in my life, bro. And I'll be the first motherfucker to say it, man. I'm so proud, man, so honored, you know, so undeserving. But yeah, God felt find it fit for me to have anyway, man. So I'm thankful, man. You know, I've been privy to some amazing shit, and I'm just looking forward and praying for much more.
You know, one of the interesting things that I've experienced with Slink is I'll be out with him somewhere or something like that, and then somebody will be like, "Oh, wait, oh," and they'll be like, "Oh, that's Black Jesus," and then they start going crazy. But the younger generation will be like, "Why mom tripping? Why pop's tripping?" And then Slink will be like, "Oh, yeah, I got something for you." Then they'll bust out with Lamar. And then the kids will start going crazy. I'll be like, "Damn." He's like, "Yeah, I got something for you." Nah, that's dope.
Yeah, that shit's so dope, man. I'm that shit's so amazing. That game came out in 2013, and you got to think, man. So many people.
10 years ago.
rock with that game. And so many people, like, again, you got people that were grown when that game came out. Because again, video games are no longer a child thing. You know what I'm saying? You got people
Yep,
60
you're
years
right.
old that grew up with video games. So I say that to say, man, the demographic is so nuts, it's so wide and wild, man, and just the love and support I get from people from so many different walks of life, man, is man, it's amazing, man. I love it, man. I appreciate that shit, man, because I can get a fucking really literally a 10, 11-year-old kid to be like Lamar, and a motherfucking 65-year-old man to say the same thing. And that shit is so nuts, man. And it's a crazy thing, man. But it's amazing, and I appreciate every minute of it, man.
So getting into a couple other things, but one thing I want to bring up real quick. Forgive me because I cannot remember the name of this movie, but it's a hood classic that 90% of the people have not seen. The movie that you did with Ludacris.
John Henry. John
Oh
Henry.
man. Oh man. A
Oh,
worthy watch, man. A worthy watch, man.
Thank
Really
you,
you
man.
talking about Terry Crews?
Terry Crews,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh
Yeah,
man. Oh man, that
yeah.
was dope. That was it's you when you had told me about it, even after you told me, it took me a minute, and then I'm the kind of dude like Saturdays and Sundays are my days where I just say, like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna check something out. Oh, it was a worthy watch, man. It was a worthy watch, and
Thank you.
it was interesting to see Ludacris play a role like that too. You know what I'm saying? That's not the Ludacris from Fast and Furious and all. You know what I'm saying? Not that Ludacris. This is a whole other Ludacris that we saw. So with all that being said, not limiting it to your comedy, your writing, your acting, but what job's giving you the best life experience?
Oh, what job has given me the best life experience? Probably working at a job coach as a job coach with developmentally handicapped adults.
Okay.
Because my sister's developmentally handicapped, so I'm familiar with people and people of that particular struggle. You know what I mean? But just learning empathy and appreciating humanity is one of the biggest things, and I think that actually helped me a lot, man. I was a job coach, and I used to take an enclave of about 6 developmentally handicapped adult men, and we go out and you know we had a lawn service, different little. I was supervising them on different little assignments and things of that nature, and again, being able to work with them and talk to them on a one-on-one basis and see their humanity. Because a lot of times we look at people, the developmentally handicapped, special needs, we look at them. I hate to admit, a lot of motherfuckers don't even see them as human. They say, oh, you just feel so sorry for them or whatever. And, oh, but you get up, sit up talking shit with these dudes and they talking shit just like you. You know what I'm saying? They on the same shit you on. And that really just made me appreciate life a little bit differently and understand that despite our differences, we are that much we are that much more alike.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope. You know, one of the interesting things, before we got to know each other, and when we had you in the studio, Splendid version of Splendid Radio, it was a comment made, and it had to do with mental health, and I don't think we were on it wasn't during the interview. It was maybe we were talking before or maybe in the middle on the break, and you said something that really impressed me. You said, you know, you went from being the joking Slink Johnson to saying, no, I take mental illness very serious, and that, jokes is jokes, but mental illness is real. And I was like, damn, there's some empathy to this cat. And like I said, that's before I got to know you. You know what I'm saying? It was just a conversation that was floating around, and something was said, and you were like, no, I take mental, illness very serious. And I was like, damn, that's a whole nother color to the palette. And I thought that was dope.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I mean, it's something that should be taken seriously, man. I think that nowadays it's definitely, I think it's something that people are abusing, but unfortunately for the people that are really suffering from it, they need to be cared for and given a certain amount of attention. I think a lot of people are this whole mental health thing. A lot of people is pussies and just crying for attention one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Crying that shit out, and I think they're dampening the real call for it. You know what I'm saying? There's really people out here that's really dealing with real life depression, real life anxiety, and things of that nature. And a lot of these people, I see a lot of people just is vanity shit, man. You all right, bitch. You all right.
What's your dream venue of performing at?
My dream venue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my dream venue. I don't know, man. It'd probably be a dream venue. I might not necessarily be a dream venue, but a dream lineup, baby. You know what I'm saying? I love to do comedy alongside the greats, cats like Mike, Cat, Corey, Bill Burr, Bill Bellamy. A hell of a lineup with some of the greatest. You know what I mean? Or take it back to my hip hop days. I love to be able to share the stage with cats like Scarface, Ice Cube. So it ain't so much a venue as much as it is lineup. Like, to be able, I wouldn't give a fuck if we was at the goddamn at Scipio's Bar and Grill. Goddamn it, if it's a dope ass lineup and it's jumping, you know what I'm saying? That's all that counts.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
That ain't gonna make him a bar and grill, man. Ain't this a bitch? Come have a sip at Scipio.
Oh no. Another chat question real quick. When you do pimps and kinfolk, do you have the questions already prepared, or they just off the dome? This is a mad question. He said, because I got some of the best game ever there.
A lot of the times I see Matt question. A lot of times, Matt, I be off the top with it. You know what I mean? Pimps and kinfolk is about having fun and just having fun and enjoying the time and celebrating each other. And I think me personally, it might be very unpopular. I probably shouldn't say this, man, but I don't do a lot of writing. I mean, I write as I work. The writing comes out as I work, but just sitting down, just write. I don't like thinking about shit too hard because I fuck it up every time. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, the shit I do be like 70 to 85% impromptu. You know what I mean? And just because that works best for me, man. I operate on feeling and vibe, man. And I can have a script right there, and the script ain't right, my vibe ain't right, or what I'm feeling ain't right. The script ain't gonna come out right. So I got to be able to just, I improv a lot, man, and that's dope. So to answer Matthew's question, nah, nigga, I don't have the questions wrote. Why don't you come to Pimps and Kinfolk again, Matt? And come see, Matt. I'm on your ass, Matt.
All right. So I got a personal question that's along the same line.
What's happening?
One of your favorite performances, one of my favorite performances of you is and it's funny because you mentioned something about it, during the interview. When you went and tried to give poor old Uncle Ruckus a run for his money with your gardening skills. You know what I'm saying? Did you improv that?
No, well, no. I improv it. This is the way I work, man. They're gonna give me a script, and I'm going to translate the script.
Okay.
That's the best way I can put it. Like the things that Lando said were things that he was supposed to say, but Lando said them like Slink would say it per se. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the same way with Lamar and GTA 5. The script, everything, the storyline, all that stuff was there, but Lamar ain't gonna say, come on, let's go have a smoke. Lamar gonna say, come on, my nigga, let's go get high, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's, I've been blessed with a lot of opportunities where I've been able to have fun with some of these scripts and some of this dialogue, and I appreciate anybody that's written for me in that regard. I had people try to write for me to try to sound like me, and it don't sound right. And I think your best bet is just write it how you gonna write it, and just keep me in mind, and just know that I'm gonna say it. You know, if you want me to do it, I'm gonna say it how you want to say it. But just don't try to write it. Don't try to write it.
One more chat question. Somebody said, "What's your most yee ass haircut you've seen?"
Oh, the most yee ass haircut. Ah, it's a lot of them, homie. It's a lot of. I don't even want to talk about niggas, man, because it's a lot of. It's a regional haircut. This ain't some niggas bringing shag back right now, and that shit is ugly as fuck, man. This, hey, look, the OG shag is always the best. This shag you niggas is wearing is boo. Nigga, you'll never have no bitches on your dick.
That's funny.
Your favorite comedy special?
Favorite comedy special. Toss up between Raw and Delirious. The first ones that I saw that I saw a comedian, and because again, niggas heard of Red Fox, Richard Pryor, all the greats, you know what I'm saying? But coming up in my era, Eddie Murphy was that nigga, and that's probably the first special I watched and just recognized, like, damn, again, we had seen our parents hear and listen to records by the older comics, but the first one I sat and watched myself and laughed at and enjoyed probably had to be a Raw or Delirious, whichever one was first, but they both were favorites for me. And that was like, my first specials that I watched in at an age of consciousness and was able to laugh and enjoy and understand. And Eddie was the first comedian that I saw that piqued my interest enough where I was like, damn, I wouldn't mind doing that. Now I ain't gonna say I pursued it, but I dreamed about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he was a cool nigga. Now I just knew I wanted to be like Eddie, not necessarily a comedian, but I just wanted to be like Eddie because he was cool. He wasn't no fucking athlete. He wasn't no fucking model. He's just a cool ass, handsome brother telling jokes and having it his way, man. And I always admired that. So, I want to say Raw and Delirious is probably like the best, best two. It's a toss up. Best comedy special.
Yeah.
Hey, and I want to say something too. I want to say something too to that matter. Somebody called me today, still like, yeah, you want to do a special? And people ask me about these specials, man, and on some comic shit. This comic talk right now, still, I think niggas is doing too many specials. This nigga's doing specials that don't deserve to do no special right now, my nigga. You're special, not special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't even famous enough
it's oversaturated.
Yeah, niggas ain't even, you ain't even a regional hit yet, man. And I get it, you may really be funny, but somebody asked me about doing a special, and I said this, man. I think I need to beat the whole country down probably once or twice before I do a special. I don't want to just, I had a good show at the Improv. Oh, it's time for a special. No, the people at the Improv enjoyed you that night. Go to South Bend, Indiana, and do your show. Go to fucking Miami and do your show. Go to these other places and spread your name out, spread your work, get this game, and then do a special. But I think a lot of these dudes, they really shooting themselves in the foot with these specials, man. Like honestly, Sip, I don't even really post a lot of my stand-up shit yet because I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it.
Yeah, but
And these dudes be giving
it's
up
a different era, man. And I say for the sportsman-like comedians that respect the craft in that way, you're absolutely right. But there's these I can't even put an age to it, but there's these younger cats. They want like a Smooch always says, they want the fast food. You know what I mean? They
instant
want it
gratification.
hot.
We're the
Yeah,
microwave
yeah,
generation, man. You know what I'm
Jiffy
saying?
Pop.
We're
yeah.
Jiffy
They
Pop.
don't even care. They don't even
We're the
care. They just
micro.
want the clips. They want it now. They want it like yesterday. Throw
Like
it up
it's
online. It gets all its views.
I see a lot of these older comedians gripe about the internet sensations. I'm with them. I feel them on one side, but I feel the young motherfuckers too, and the people that's doing it now too, because again, we using the tools that we got. If 30 years ago y'all would have had these tools, y'all would have used them too. But these just the tools we got, and we get quicker results. So I'm not mad at nobody for doing what they do, but just for me, I'm not ready to really do no special because I still have a bunch of hours to put into my 10,000 before I feel like, because there's a lot of niggas ain't got 10,000 hours. You haven't gotten 10,000 hours,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you know,
And
that's just where I'm
you
at.
absolutely you absolutely right though. I mean, like I'd say I kind of am in the middle as far as like what's the requirements for a special, because I do feel like specials are getting like so generic to this point. You know what I mean? So unless you're not doing something dynamic with the background, or if there's not a reason for you to do it, it got to be a reason. But the basics is like, yeah, tour first. Do some shows, at least East Coast, West Coast, the South, so you know that your material is reaching multiple types of people. Because man, I can tell you that rude awakening that happens when you like, all right, man, this work. Like in LA, you take that to New York and it hit you, like, all right, let me rework it. It takes a couple of shows to rework it to where they get it. Now the people in the South mess with you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
people don't
man.
they don't run their material by nobody no more.
They don't, man, and they just again, it's a gift and a curse. These guys now they like fuck it. They put their own money up and rent them a little spot and they do a special and shit, and that's cool. But more power to you, man. That just ain't for me. When I do my special, that motherfucker gonna be somewhere big, Madison Square Garden,
No.
goddamn it, SoFi. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
And
go.
make it for real, because specials ain't something you do every year either. You know what I mean? Special is so when I do
Mm-hmm.
my special, I want that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if I do one. If I only do one special, I want it to be one of them ones that go down and live in history forever. Because a lot of this shit nowadays ain't gonna live in history forever. It's oversaturated. It's too much, and it ain't no value to it no more. It ain't no value. Back when we was young, again with music, entertainment, all this stuff. When I say we, because I know you're a youngster, Jeremy. I mean me and G. But back when
I'm
we was
a little
young,
older than I look.
all right, all right. Well, back when we was young, we had to wait for music. The leaks
Yeah.
didn't come like they leak now, and you know what I'm saying. We had to wait. We had to line up to get that album on a Tuesday at the warehouse. We had to go get those tickets, and we had to wait for that VHS tape to come out, or wait for that person to come to my city. It wasn't none of that, instant gratification like that, and that's why the shit was more valued. That's why classic hip hop and classic comedy is more valued now because of what it took to make. Like your grandma homemade, yeah, your
Yeah.
grandma cake from scratch gonna taste way better than that little hostess cake. That hostess cake good to you because that's all it got. But have you had a grandma cake, nigga? She made that motherfucker with
Mm-hmm.
love. 2 eggs, two cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar. Made that motherfucker from scribbling in the match. And that motherfucker's good, and it can't be duplicated or replicated. So that's why I feel
Yeah.
how I feel about my comedy. That's how I feel about my career. I'm gonna have fun with it, and I'm gonna do everything when it's time, as opposed to peer pressure. Hey man, you should do a special. So I told you, somebody asked me today, and it's like I just flat out said no. I still got
Yeah.
I still got a lot of ground to cover up and down the East Coast. I haven't really did a lot of comedy in New York. That's one of my biggest demographics. But oddly enough, I haven't done a lot of stand up in New York. I still got to hit the Carolinas, you know, Miami, Georgia, shit, Alabama. I've been trying. I want to hit the Stardome in Alabama. You know what I mean? Where's that? Birmingham. I forget, but yeah, I want to.
Stardome.
Yeah, yeah.
Birmingham.
I want, you know, it's a lot of spots you got to hit, man, before that special. Because when you drop your special, you want motherfuckers to look for it. Now, if you didn't beat up all these states and you let these motherfuckers know what you do and they respect what you do, they're gonna be looking for that special. Yeah, I don't want my shit to be just the one that you just gonna pass up right here on YouTube. Nigga don't even give a fuck about it no more because you can see it right on YouTube. Niggas don't give a fuck about your special, nigga. But when you had to pay $17.99 for that motherfucker, yeah, you care about it different. You know, so
yeah, it's a little different though. I feel you what you're saying, but the market's a little different because I gotta give a shout out to Ali Sadiq.
That's a
Yeah,
beast.
he made YouTube specials. He made YouTube specials cool. Like they were not cool before he released his. I ain't gonna lie. No offense to anybody.
Now you know what?
He changed the market.
And shout out to Ali Sadiq. He's definitely another very intelligent, very talented, hilarious motherfucker, man. Ali Sadiq got a solid human, man. I really love and respect, man. One of the dopest, man. And yeah, and on that note, you're absolutely right there. I'm not knocking everybody who's doing specials these days and dropping them on YouTube again because it gets some dope ones like Ali Sadiq. My boy Clint Cody just dropped one, you know, but I'm not going to co-sign everybody's special because again, this shit ain't special, my nigga. This shit ain't really special. Are you really making me think? Specials be the ones where you supposed to. Specials be the ones where the viewer walks away with a joke that they remember forever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going. I want half Eddie. You never forget that. You never forget. I want half Eddie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas saying so it'd be funny for the moment, it'd be topically funny, but it ain't no shit you gonna carry with you for the rest of your life.
Ali Sadiq, I'll say I got turned on to him about maybe like a year and a half ago, and I felt like he was one of the best finds that I found. Just stumbling, and I found him on YouTube. Me just stumbling across some stuff, and for me to my attention span in some ways is very similar to these youngsters. If I can't catch it, I'm on to the next. And he was kind of riveting. You know what I'm saying? He held me for the hour or whatever it was that it was, you know what I'm saying? I didn't feel the need.
And Ali's so dope because he don't yell. He got intelligent humor. Intelligent nigga humor. He be talking about some real nigga shit, but it be so eloquent and well put together, man, that man, Ali Sadiq, yeah, he definitely one of the dopest. And that, you know, that's a guy I would love to be able to, you know, get some game from as well, man. Ali Sadiq definitely one of the dopest in the game. And I would love to get some game from that dude.
I like I said, just he made YouTube because man, I mean, people told me like, oh man, you should just throw a special up on YouTube. I was like, man, I refuse. Then of course, him kind of doing that, taking that bold step, you know, and that's after he already got Comedy Central specials, and you know, I think he got another special or whatever, but after they rejected him when he threw that up there, that changed the market. But you know, you gotta be in a position to change the market. Everybody's not in that position, you know. So you know, but yeah, I feel you 1,000%, man. Make special again. You know, have moments. You know,
these niggas specials don't even be funny. They kicking them out too much. You ain't even got time to make the new material. It take really about if you work it, if you really getting around, it probably take about 6, 8, 10 months to really work out new material. Really work it out. Where you getting the time? I mean, to really work out this new material, where you getting it from if you ain't stealing it? So that's neither here nor there.
That's a whole nother one. Segueing straight into your top 4 comedians.
Top 4 comedians. Rich, Pryor, that is. No particular order. Richard, Eddie, Corey. Oh, Bill Burr.
Man, Bill
Bill
Burr.
Burr is a fucking monster, bro.
Dude,
Bill
not even
Burr
on
is Bill
not
Burr is a fucking monster, man.
not even limited to the comedy. I saw him on some Star Wars stuff, and I was like, he's not even. I was like, he can act. He's not even telling jokes. I was like, he sounds for his accent. I was like, this guy sounds familiar, and I'm
real
looking at him.
Bostonish. I don't know where he's from, but
Yeah,
I worked
Yeah, he
with
from
Bill
Boston.
Burr, man. I did a pilot with Bill Burr. Bill Burr, Bill Bellamy, and myself. We did a pilot called Winning Ugly. And it was funny as motherfucker. I wish it would have came to fruition, but yeah, man, I had an opportunity to work with Bill on that, man. And definitely a real cool dude. Funny as a motherfucker. So Will, Eddie, Rich, and Corey.
dope.
Uh,
Your first time
let
doing
me
stand-up. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeremy.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Your first time doing stand-up.
My first time doing stand-up, technically as stand-up, I want to say was at the J Spot. I'm for sure it was at the J Spot. I
Wow.
believe it was 2012. It was end of 2011, beginning of 2012. I had just came out of a bad situation. I was in a bad point in my life. I had been urged to do stand-up. A friend of mine, my same friend, introduced me to Aaron Magruder. You know, he was my friend. We would talk all the time, and you know, we rant to each other, and you know, and he always be listening to what I'm saying and laughing. You know what I mean? Like, cause you know, I just got a way of ranting, and he told me he would write it down, and then one day he just bust out all the shit I was saying to it. He was like, yeah, you know, he kind of urged me to take the stage, and I did the J Spot. The first night I did the J Spot, man, I swear to God, I don't want to say a standing no, I'd be lying to say a standing no, but I got a very raucous applause. And I just remember Jandy Brown like, Slink Johnson, come back here and holler at me, man. Come. I was still on stage. And he was like, come holler at me.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing, man. So I want to say that was my first time and probably my best show because I was coming from a bad place, man. And I think that's your best fucking comedy. And I think I'm probably not reaching my apex with it because I'm still kind of being reserved with some of my more personal, you know, trials and tribulations and struggles. You know what I mean? But it's like shit when you're able to bear yourself for an audience like that. That's a dope thing. Again, I keep mentioning Richard, man. The things he talked about, bro, in front of thousands of people, some of us can't even tell one person that some of us are even lie to ourselves about it.
Hey, some people are lying to themselves.
Some people are lying to themselves, absolutely. So to be able to be that vulnerable and articulate that vulnerability in a way that equates to laughter, revenue, critical acclaim, that's definitely a blessing, man. You know what I mean? So yeah.
You know, I want to real quick. I'm gonna give a shout out and a rest in peace to one of your partners, Teddy Ray, man.
Oh yeah, Teddy, man.
Teddy, he was so talented. He was so talented. What I saw as Teddy's future was Teddy being in a writing room as a head writer for some stuff that was going to take care of him for the rest of his life. Great stand-up comic, funny guy, whatever. But it was just so interesting the genius that came out of him. In you know.
Effortless genius. It was effortless. Teddy, I was envious of Teddy. Envious in a healthy way, like we envious of your brother. Don't get me wrong. They, oh, you hate him. I understand it's different, it's the way we use the word. I was envious of Teddy for that. Teddy was like, damn, it just came so easy for him. And Teddy just was always the same person. I don't know what internally he might have had to do his ritual before getting on stage, but Teddy would be chilling with you 1 second and just get on the mic and just be, you don't see no change in personality or vibe. It's just him. And he's going to just go up there and rip it, man. And oh man, Teddy was he was the dopest, man. And I'll still be saying, man, at my age right now, I lost a lot of people in my life. I've seen a lot of people come and go, man. But I say, man, honestly, even over some family, Teddy's death or Teddy's life, Teddy's presence has been one of the most impactful on mine life, period. And I'll never forget that, brother. I love that dude. He was my friend. He and I developed a rapport, and we actually became friends. Like a lot of niggas love Teddy. Everybody loved Teddy, and Teddy was cool with everybody. But Teddy was my friend. I'm glad for that. Teddy would call me and fuck with me, and when it wasn't comedy, we just hanging. You know what I'm saying? That was my friend, and I cherish shit like that. The same way with Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy was a friend. Charlie Murphy would call me and fuck with me. We'd be on the phone for 2 hours. I gotta tell Charlie, all right, man, I gotta go. You know what I mean? But that's dope, man. And I feel sorry for the world because they didn't get to know Teddy like that. You know what I mean? Like when you know how the game is, the circuit around the way, Jeremy. We all kind of know everybody. We meeting people, new people. Man. Like we talking like, hey, you ain't know Teddy Ray? I'm like, no, I ain't even know him. Like, yo bad. Yo bad. Because Teddy was one of the ones, man.
Absolutely. Well, he affected the world, man. I mean, especially that double cheeked up, that comment, but that came from him being him. That wasn't him overdoing it. You know what I mean? That's just how Teddy was. I know Teddy, like even what you just said and mentioning him in the same breath as Charlie Murphy is pretty legendary from like where I know Teddy from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew when he first was getting on the mic, you know what I mean? So it's really cool to see like, where everybody landed, But yeah, Teddy, it is funny when you hear about people talk about comics, like you talk about Patrice and tell stories about him. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how we're gonna be about Teddy, just sharing stories about moments or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, this fool, man.
I want to put Patrice up there too with my top 4. There's so many dope ones, but Patrice too. Patrice as well. My top 4. I'm sorry, we all over the place, but
oh no, it's all 5. Good.
Yeah, because Patrice was a monster too.
I wanted to so you talk about your early comedy career. There's a moment at the Comedy Store. You could choose not to talk about it as well, where I recall that you were not allowed to do that act again on these premises. If you like to talk about it, if not, we can talk about something else.
Yeah, that was a real touchy subject. I had a night at the Comedy Store. What was that? The original room? I think it was in the original room. And I got a bit that I did. There's a video on YouTube right now called Drake's Robbery parody. It was a song I did with All Deaf Digital. I did a satire of Drake's Just Hold On, We Going Home. And, mine was about robbing people. And I did the bit live on stage with a replica weapon, which kind of took a lot of people. A lot of people were taken aback when I brandished this weapon on them. However, I like to think that like probably about more than half of the room were there for me. So they kind of already, that helped that, they knew me and kind of knew what to expect from me. But the other less than half of the room was very unnerved for a moment until they seen the niggas laughing. It's like, oh, this part of the nigga shit. Yeah. Yeah, but I whipped the blammer out. I whipped the blower out. I upped the burner on the Comedy Store stage. But again, it was a prop weapon. And I'm just thankful that it went off like it did because, you know, this day and age right now, it's a crazy time. That was like right before someone was killed in the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Or someone got shot and ran into the Comedy Store. So again, with the climate of the world,
no, they got killed. Yeah, that's crazy.
With the climate,
right
with the climate of the world being as it is, that was a very risky move for me to make. However, I'm just thankful that, you know, everybody got it. I didn't get killed. I didn't go to jail, and nobody else got hurt. I would never do it again. But, you know, I'm glad that I did it. This is one of the things that go down in Hollywood lore. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a one of those Hollywood stories. It's legendary. You know what I mean?
It was a prop. It was a prop. Man, it was a goddamn prop. If you know LA, you know what the Hustlers goddamn Comedy Store is. There was no way I'm riding over there with a gun and not getting stopped by the police before I got there. So, you know what I'm saying? It was a prop. It was a prop.
Yeah, and now they got security and stuff now, so you can't even do it like back in the day. They'll set the alarms off. But back then, there was no security. There was no nothing. You could just walk in. Want to do another chat one? What was it? Will's Surf. He said Slink's raps back in the 90s were fire.
Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all check it out. Go on YouTube, man, and look up Slink Capone. Capone, C-A-P-O-N-E. Yeah.
Okay.
I was signed to Too Short as a rapper. You know, I think I signed to Too Short about 97. And
Wow.
you know, my first aspiration in the entertainment was hip hop and rap. I thought by now I'd be Jay-Z or Ice Cube or somebody, but I'm Slink.
All right, going right into the news. I think this news is like maybe 2 days old so far, but T.I. And Tiny got into it with their son King Harris at the Atlanta Falcons game about he wanted to say he's from the hood, you know, and he stands on business. And they were trying to say that he's you know, raised with a silver spoon in his mouth. And I got into it, like actually a physical altercation. You couldn't tell because it was on IG Live, but I want to know what your thoughts were on that.
First of all, I will say children, people who don't have children, and people who don't have children. Have some one day. Raise a motherfucker. And before you make that judgment, have some kids and raise your kids. I ain't talking about just have one that motherfucker, oh, my son, boy, I know it. No, you don't know shit. You won't really know shit till you go through teenagehood with these at least you really don't know shit about them till you see them as a teenager. And I'll just say, as a father of a teenage son, of two sons, or actually one of them a teenager, my oldest son is a man, but I'm not mad at T.I. You wrangle that little motherfucker, because I really believe that fear begets respect. You know what I'm saying? These little motherfuckers be popping off at the mouth. Again, he definitely was raised privileged. He definitely was raised with certain amenities and certain privileges that a lot of other people weren't. And he wants to reject his silver spoon. I understand that too. You know, I really think he got a lot of his daddy in him. He acts just like T.I.'s public persona. He got every bit of it. And now, you know, T.I. just has to deal with that. But yeah, I'm not mad at him for wrangling that little motherfucker, because fear begets respect, God damn it. Let me put it to you like this. When you was a little sprite, Greg, Jeremy, when you was a little sprite and your daddy whooped your ass or something, you know what I'm saying, or he chastised you, you know what I'm saying, you were scared, right? You didn't do nothing because you were scared, right? If you was bigger, you would have whooped his ass. Am I right or wrong?
Hey.
But you were scared. You was little, you were scared. Now, as a grown-ass man, you can probably take that nigga. You understand me? But guess why you won't take it? Because you respect him now. Because you understand why the fuck he did what he did. Therefore, I say fear begets respect. I can't be the. I'm glad T.I. wrote this ass. Said, nigga, you can't do nothing with me. You can't because goddamn it,
That's
I
exactly
feel
what he
like
said. He said, "You can't do nothing with
you
me.
can't do shit with me,
You
nigga."
can't do nothing."
Now,
Oh man.
as a parent, I feel like, nigga, yeah, you gotta be scared of me because if you're not scared of me, you gonna go out to the street. Like, goddamn, if you're not scared of the motherfucker that made you could go out in the street and die because these people gonna deal with you differently. So yeah, rope Wrangler's little ass. I'm with corporal punishment. The little nigga was wrong. Shut your fucking mouth. You talk too much, but again, that's that privilege. That's that privilege. That's that privilege, and that's that life of that's that comforted life of luxury that his father's struggle afforded him. I was talking to D. Lure about that. We were talking about our kids. Yeah, we raised some pussies on purpose. We raised some put. Let me. I'm gonna say we raised some pussies on purpose, nigga. When I, as parents,
You don't want.
we strive to make sure our children don't have to have it as hard as we did, and because we did that. But because they didn't have it as hard as we did and we didn't convey the message correctly, these motherfuckers is fucked up. I tell my son, nigga, Jake, I had to wrangle his little ass. And I had to tell him, like, he trying to act all, he getting tall, voice getting deep. You think you ain't do shit, nigga. When I was your age, nigga, okay, I ain't gonna lie like I didn't have no mama or no shelter that loved me, but I was being a hood. I ain't had no daddy. I ain't had no nigga checking me. I was too big for my mama to check. So at that time, I was out in the streets robbing niggas, stealing shit. Now this little nigga here who had a nice full 3 square meals every day of his goddamn life, 2 game stations, and you don't even know how to ride the bus. You gonna tell me you tough, nigga? Shut your motherfucking ass up. You ain't tough, and I want it like that. I made it like that, nigga. So yeah, I think King got to live a little bit, and he got to understand things. Again, parenthood is a sacrifice that's never recognized or acknowledged until you the one making the sacrifice. You understand what I'm saying? So I think King has to keep on living, and he has to see some things. He just got to keep on living, bro. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, when they get to talking like that, as hard as it may be for us as parents, which I got to cut the cord now. You 18, he talking wild, nigga. You really standing on business?
Yeah,
Well, how about if I cut you out my bank account and sent you back over to the grandma house and didn't give you shit? It's only gonna be so long for grandma tired of you. Because grandma fuck with you because she love you. Don't get me wrong, grandma love you and she'll take care of you, but goddamn it, as T.I., nigga, I'm T.I. I'm making sure grandma and you straight. So if I cut your motherfucking ass off, what you gonna do? Let his ass stand on business.
You know what's sad though? In this generation, as long as he got that camera on, he'll be famous and he'll have some money coming in. That's just like the Catch Me Outside girl. She should have been trashed.
You'll be rich. You can definitely see some monetary gain. However, I believe that it's a double-edged sword with this camera shit with this generation because you selling your integrity. You sell it like I'm glad we didn't have cameras when we was young because all this stupid ass shit that these youngsters doing now with these cameras, I'd have did it too when I was young. And this some stupid shit I did. I don't want nobody to know about. But you sold your integrity with that video that nigga gonna be able to pull up 35 years from now and see you with these big ass teeth talking shit to your daddy and you every bit of 29 pounds. They gonna see this all the stupid ass shit you doing. And I feel sorry for the kids.
Why would you let him play with me like that? Why would you let him play with me like that? I'm like,
nigga, because you look like a fucking Smurf. You're tiny. Why wouldn't a nigga play with you, my nigga? You like an action figure.
The pink shoe.
You tiny. Nigga, I don't believe none of these little niggas, man. These little niggas want to be tough. They got pink shoes, all these rhinestone belts and teddy bears and ornaments and shit hanging off them, nigga. Your nails is done, nigga. You not a man, nigga. You crimped and proper, nigga. Tired of these old privileged ass, cute ass niggas, man. Cute ass niggas. Nigga look like an inmate's dream, my nigga.
Fact. So your most iconic moment.
My most iconic moment. My most iconic moment actually occurred Tuesday, November 28th, 2023, and just waking up. Because every day you wake up is an iconic moment because you don't have to have it. And just an iconic moment because anything can happen from that moment if you wake up. So every day is an iconic moment for me.
What's the best advice you've received?
The best advice I received, oh man, to just name one thing would be a disservice or disacknowledgement to all the great pieces of advice that I've received from different people. Greg gives me great advice. My mother, my father, it's just too much. And the I don't know, man. It's just a lot of great advice. You know, I would actually, you know, be disrespectful just saying one thing, like, you know, and the thing about advice too is we don't always get advice when it's given to us. Sometimes that advice don't register for years. Some of my greatest advice probably was given to me already, and it just ain't registered to me yet. You know what I mean? So I don't know. My greatest advice, Greg always tell me, nigga, you gotta get to it, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get to it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get out there and get, you know. Greg always motivated me to, you know, to stay popping, to get some money. You know, he just said at the top of the podcast, nigga, I'm always on my hustle, and he always rubbing that on me. So, you know, I'm gonna use that right now. You know, just stay on your grind, stay on point. You know, I don't know who said it to me, but that's probably the best advice I can say too, is just keep doing what you're doing. It ain't no rhyme or reason to this shit. You know what I'm saying? But you just keep on going, and it ain't no handbook. You know, motherfuckers can try to tell you, go this direction, go that direction. But that direction that worked for you might not work for me. So I just say, keep your wheels turning, my nigga. Just keep your wheels turning. Because the minute your wheels stop turning your wheels, you're going to sink, nigga. Keep your wheels turning.
If you had a biopic, what would it be called?
My biopic will be called damn, I ain't mean to do that. And they go a bunch of ways, good and bad. Like, damn, I wasn't even trying. I wasn't trying to do that.
I didn't even notice what that was.
It go a bunch of ways, good and bad. I wasn't trying to do that. So that's the name of the biopic.
Well, who would play you?
Who will play me? Ain't none of them niggas tall enough, man. I just shave my beard off. I'll play myself. I've been playing myself all my life. That's a whole other side of the movie. What's it called? I wasn't trying to do that. I've been playing myself all my life.
Oh man, that's the one right there. Okay.
So I'm gonna hit you with the last one, man. So you know, you was doing your thing before COVID, and I personally got to see you grow during COVID, where you know you got your bearings together, and you're one of the first cats that I saw really dive in. Once the shock and awe was all over, you really did, you know, dove into editing and just learning all this new stuff. And I just see you fascinated, and you just, you know, you're just like, man, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm waiting on people, you know, they're not, you know, stuff's not happening as fast as I wanted to, woo woo. So you throw yourself into it. So with going through COVID and not being able to hop on stages like you were hopping on stages before COVID, everything kind of switching up. Where do you see social progression going in the next 2 years now that everything is wide open? And when I say wide open, I mean to the point that even if we did have another pandemic, they probably have to do martial law to slow people down. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
niggas ain't going for it this time. Niggas ain't going for it this time.
So where do you see social
Yeah, you're
progression
right.
going in the next 2 years? You think that is it the AI thing? Like what is it?
Oh, absolutely. AI is going to again with the advent of all these video games and this online network, this I think they're trying to work the kinks out of that, how to figure out how to make live events virtual. I think that's definitely something that's happening. I think the AI is also going to play a big role in the things we enjoy. It's going to be some AI stars, bro. They're going to be some real full blown AI
All
stars.
stars.
People that are not even real, but we're going to know it, and the whole world is going to be cool with singing and dancing to a motherfucker that's not real. They're
Wow.
going. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen, and that's what make stand up comedy and live performance so crucial and so key. You know what I mean? To get that human experience, the whole human experience has been taken away slowly but surely.
Mm.
Wow. Well, nah, man. With that being said, man, this was a dope one. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like uh people have only gotten a shot glass of who Slink Johnson is. You know what I'm saying? I feel privileged to have the whole
Carafe,
beer stein, the whole beer glass, the
the
whole tall
keg,
beer glass. When they get the shot glass,
the
I get
keg, the
the
keg.
I just say it's still blowing my mind is finding out you from Arkansas. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I was born there. My mother and father was born there. I was born there, raised till I was 10. We moved out here. I landed in California June 10th, 1983. Yep, June 10th, 83. Moved out here. I started going to school at Highland Elementary, right across the street from my house. And I spent a lot of time in my uncle's house on Florence and on 73rd and Budlong. So,
Mm.
I I like to say I got dual citizenship, man. I'm just the LA nigga, you know what I'm saying? I like that I ain't confined to, Inglewood got a lot of love for me. I got a lot of love for Inglewood again. I went to school, junior high, elementary, high school. I made a lot of friends, got a lot of memories, but if you know the landscape of LA, you understand when I say I didn't quite, partake in the local politics. You know what I mean? My palate was stretched a little further, so I'm just an LA nigga to the core. You know what I mean? Not even being born here. I think I'm more of an LA nigga than a lot of these niggas who was born and bred.
Mhm. Which
Yeah.
you got anything coming up you want to share with us?
Oh man, I got stand up. We got a lot of dates coming up, man. A little bit of everywhere. I got one I'm really excited about. I'm doing Tommy T's in Pleasanton, California, up in the Bay. That's January 18th, man. Y'all make sure y'all get them tickets, man. Tommy T's Pleasanton, January 18th. Slink Johnson live, the Standing on Business tour. Niggas know your mama tour. You know what I mean? Every show, I call it a tour. It'd be every show, the tour be a different name. The tour is a different name. Every venue, every show I go to. I ain't even on that tour no more. Nigga, I'm on another tour.
Nah, that's dope. And you, Jeremy, what you got coming up?
This Saturday I'll be at the LA Convention Center for the 90s roast, 90s something roast. It's the comic, I don't know. It's some convention, but it's basically I'll be roasting as Steve Urkel. So come check that out.
Oh, you roasted Steve?
No, I'll be Steve. They're gonna be other people as other characters,
Oh, okay,
and I'll
okay.
be yeah.
What's live?
Let me see what else. Yeah. Other than that, Comedy Store rest of the week. That's the 7th, December 7th. I'll be at the Comedy Store. 8th. 9th, yeah, and then the Improv on the 10th. But yeah, LA
Okay,
Convention Center. That's gonna be the fun one.
I didn't go that deep. Let me go that deep. I'm at the Hollywood Improv December 4th, Monday. I'm at the Laugh Factory with Renee Vaca on the 6th. That's Wednesday. I'm at the Ice House
That's a
with
good
Marcus
show.
Smith on the 7th. And I am at Crack 'em Up for a Cause on the 10th. It's something I had on the 9th. I don't forgot what it is. Ain't in my calendar. But nigga getting around. And I got a new cartoon coming to Netflix the first quarter of the year called Good Times, man. So you looking for that.
Is it based off Good Times?
Yes, it's a very loose reboot, of Good Times. If I'm not mistaken, Norman Lear is attached to the project, so that made me feel real good because he was attached to the original Good Times for him to, lend his.
Norman Lear is 100 years old.
Hollywood G, Hollywood G, Hollywood legend, man. I met Norman Lear at a celebration. I met Norman Lear.
He's seriously 100 years old?
He's
100 years old.
And he's sharp.
Did you talk to him recently?
And he's still sharp. Probably a couple years ago, I met him at I think I met him a couple times. I remember seeing him last at a Marla Gibbs event. And I talked to him briefly, and he's sharp, bro. He's sharp, brother.
Oh.
Yeah, he 101 years old. That's amazing. Wow. That's amazing.
Nah, well, with that being said, man, this has been another episode of Splendid Radio on PharcydeTv. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you, Slink, for doing what you do.
Thank you for having me, G. It's always a pleasure, man. Hey, did you get my email about the email?
I did. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I did.
See, hey, look. And that's just a testament like that. That's my friend. I'm talking about some other shit on the show. You got my email.
Of course.
You never hit me back.
Yeah. Hey, I picked that up, and I don't even know what y'all talking
about. Yeah, well, this is better than the time before last. You know what I'm saying? I want to say my first time having Slink on Splendid, I believe he got up and made a sandwich and came back. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna let him forget. I'm like, yep, he really got up and made a sandwich.
I was really get up and go. I was really get up and go smoke. I was sit here and do it.
that was early. That was early pandemic. We all made mistakes. Early pandemic. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what though, man? That's part of it for me, man. Like again, that we going over. That's part of that friendship shit. Greg, my partner. So we were doing Splendid. I talk to you so much, it ain't even like. Nigga, that's Greg. Yeah. So what you say, my nigga? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That bitch is crazy as fuck. I seen that shit. It ain't even the nigga doing the interview. Nigga over here talking to his partner. Like right now, I'm getting some water. Ice. But that's what people need to see. People need to see that real shit, though, man. People need to see that real shit. Nigga, like, look, I drink water, my nigga. I'm human. I like water.
I drink water.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, all good, all good. Well, no, man, I hit you AM time, Mr. Johnson. I appreciate you for tapping in. Once again, Jeremy, Stone Cold Groove. And Splendid Radio on PharcydeTv. Peace.